Right. Let's get started. I have fond memories of sitting back in my old $5 chair that I bought from the neighbors across the street when they were having a garage sale. It was my first ever computer chair. I didn't really have anything before. And it was being used with my first ever personal computer. I didn't really have anything of my own at that time in my life, and this was my first ever computer and my first ever computer chair. And I had my computer set up on the left and I had my TV set up on the right because at the time I had a little fat basic box old school TV that just kind of sat on a little TV tray, and that's what I played my PlayStation on. And I watched a lot of G4, which was an old TV network for people who remember that. I'm sure I'm not the oldest fart around here. I'm fairly young, actually, so I was just connected pretty early. I loved watching E3 because it felt so unreachable to me. It felt like I would never be one of those people there in that audience watching the latest announcement for the next biggest Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. I didn't think I would ever go to anything quite like that in my life. I was very, very happy just sitting and watching it from the comfort of my own home and enjoying it. And I turned a festivity out of it. I asked my mom back at the time if I could go to the store and buy some Cheetos and if I could have some soda. And it was a grand old time. And I remember turning over to the side and constantly talking in the MSN chat rooms about what we thought of the games and messaging people on AIM and checking different Envision forum boards, and it was a good time. Eventually, E3 turned into a conference that the public could attend. It was no longer press only, and that was really exciting because I had seen a couple of conventions. A lot of time had passed by this point, and I could attend those conventions. I had gone to anime conventions and eventually found my way to some gaming conventions, quickly discovering that, yes, despite that I did enjoy anime a lot, I knew that gaming was my place, and that's where I wanted to be. I felt home. So after enjoying gaming conventions a little bit and recognizing that this was something that just really hit something deep in me, E3 was something that I was finally able to attend as a attendee. And it was an interesting experience. It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I had a good time, but it didn't quite hold that same nostalgic feeling of being extremely excited for the next biggest announcement. Sure, I got to play some amazing games that I've been very eager to play. I got to play the Final Fantasy VII remake, and that was outstanding. We got to see some exclusive information and insight on the Marvel Avengers game, which, despite recent controversies about its not amazing quality and its place in production so far, it was still a lot of fun, and I definitely enjoyed myself. But it wasn't the same feeling. And I think a lot of people have been voicing that same concern that E3 just isn't quite E3 anymore. Enter the Game Awards. It's been going strong for a couple of years, seeing a massive and rapid exponential increase in viewership, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. There's been amazing titles that get announced there, similar to how E3 has. But the Game Awards, it has that same feeling. It has that old feeling of wanting to buckle down, start live tweeting and talking about all the amazing cool things that are getting announced, while also recognizing games for their outstanding work and industry developers, actors, performers, artists, musical composers, designers. We respect these people and display to them our appreciation at an event like the Game Awards. It feels like a celebration of gaming. And that just doesn't exist with E3 anymore, the same way that it used to. I feel that the Game Awards is absolutely turning into something that I would consider an E3 killer. I'm eagerly awaiting the Game Awards 2019. I can't wait for it to come. I was so excited back when Overwatch won Game of the Year because I was a massive fan of Overwatch and still am for the most part. I was ecstatic when I heard that God of War had managed to win Game of the Year last year. I didn't even play it by that point, but I had appreciated what I had seen about it. And I loved the fact that even through just these nominations, we were able to celebrate and acknowledge and respect the hard work that people have put in to making these beautiful narratives and interactive experiences that we call games. I'm eagerly awaiting the Game Awards 2019 because it gives me that same feeling, that feeling of respecting and acknowledging the hard work of the gaming industry. And I really hope that continues going forward into the future. Now, it's not to say that E3 isn't a fun experience, it's just not quite what it used to be, and I believe that the Game Awards brings that same feeling. So tell me, what game do you think will win Game of the Year this year at the Game Awards 2019? I want to know. I want to see what you guys think. I personally haven't played any of the games that are up for nomination, so I want to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked this video, give it a like. If you disliked it, you know what to do. Share it with your friends. And if you want to see more of this content, feel free to subscribe. But as always, I'll see you guys next time.